Robert Shealy is going to do our invocation and pledge for us tonight.
Bow your heads. Lord, thank you for giving us the ability to gather here tonight to do the business of the county economic development team. Help us make the right decisions what are best for the county and our constituents. Thank you for allowing us to have a safe Thanksgiving and look forward to a nice festive Christmas. And all of this we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our first item on the agenda, any additions, deletions, and adoption of the agenda. Any additions or deletions?
Make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second by Travis. All in favor? Approved. All right. Our second item is our staff report.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Delighted to be here, talk about economic development happenings over the last quarter. Has been a pretty busy quarter. We've gotten a lot done, and of course, we're doing a lot more now that we're fully staffed. And so, again, thank you for allowing that to happen. There's a lot of good things happening in economic development. I'll let Jessie tell you this because she spent her time working on updating the flyers, the website, and all that stuff.
Yeah, so the next slide, it'll go to there, I don't know, can you make it go to there? I don't think so, but it might not be on. There we go. So, we've been working on some flyers for, some of our larger properties. So we have one, in the works for Mid-Carolina Commerce Park, which is up on the screen. And then we're finalizing one for, Mid-Carolina Commerce Park 2 and Newberry South Industrial Site. And so once we have those ready to go, they will, be added to the website. We'll send them to Central, South Carolina Alliance and to, the Department of Commerce for Locate SC as well.
That's good.
All right, we did, last month, we did we call it the FAM tour. It's a familiarization tour. The Central SC Alliance brings in site consultants from all over the country and familiarize them with the Central SC region. So they brought them in over like a 3-day period. We had a couple opportunities to be with them, including a speed dating round where we talked to all of these guys. We made pitches for our communities, and they gave us, feedback and critique. We also had 10 minutes to do a presentation on a fictitious project that we did, and I thought it came off really, really well. But these are great opportunities to get in front of some site consultants. And honestly, if you already have a pre-existing relationship with a site consultant, your chances of winning that project are greater than they would be without it. So we never miss a chance to get in front of site consultants, and that was a good opportunity to do so. Jessie hooked us up with some very good gifts from Newberry County. We sent a collection of jellies and so forth from local farms here in the community, and that went off really, really well. I've reviewed the timber management plan that I actually just reviewed it this morning. My only concerns with that were that we stay away from the extra 10 acres that Meinolf has behind Technics, and the plan does reflect that. It does not show them touching that. So other than that, I have no objections about well, that's even not an objection because they got it right. So I think it's a good plan.
Track D, Public Works, is that behind the maintenance shop or?
It's along the interstate.
Okay.
If you go down, you got animal control on your left, and then there's the mulching area right here. It's actually down and to the right. Now, there is no road going to that. So the timber guys are gonna have to build, you know, a road. There might be an old road that I'm not aware of or something like that, but I have absolutely no qualms with, you timbering that. Matter of fact, you can look at an aerial and you can tell it was purposely planted pine, so, I'm glad to take advantage of that.
And I know it's not listed on there, but the old fairgrounds where the new fire station is and back up where the old racetrack is, I mean, there's a lot of, looks like it needs to be thinned in there also because, you know, there are some houses that back up to that. It's kind of getting overgrown and almost like a fire
That was
hazard.
included in the timber
Yeah,
management plan.
the
but
fair-
We just didn't
fairgrounds.
include it for
Okay,
tonight
okay.
since it wasn't economic development related, at
It
least
just needs thinning.
for our department.
Can't do timber on it.
Oh, yeah, here's some more on that. Thank you for putting all this data together, Jesse, but the Economic Development Department has no issues with the timber management plan. Matter of fact, it's a good idea.
I didn't know if Jeff had, I think he was a little bit more involved when they did it, if he had any more.
No, just that, you know, unfortunately, timber prices are not particularly good
Right.
now, but, I mean, we do need to manage these properties like any landowner ideally. So, I mean, we've got some pretty good recommendations that came from a, you know, a certified forester, and, we
There's no
just
telling when
recommend.
the price is gonna go back up, so you need to do it while you can, or lose it.
Or you could have an ice storm and then be out too.
And
so,
lose it
you
on,
know.
yeah,
Or
Just never know.
Hurricane Helene and lose half your timber,
yeah.
like my father-in-law.
Yeah, personally, we were fortunate, we timed ours right before it, so, you know, it worked out. But, yeah, so we recommend to y'all that we just go ahead and implement the plan.
Just want to let you know that we'll be implementing a shared cost, maintenance cost plan in Mid-Carolina Commerce Park. It was always an option given to the county by the restrictive covenants, and now that we've got several tenants in there, it's time to get everybody on board. I've had a couple of conversations with them, nobody has any issues with it, so we don't expect that, but we're going to be sharing maintenance costs with the industries there in the near future. Of course, our infrastructure expense, we're doing more on infrastructure this year than probably we've ever done. Of course, we've got the Mawson's Way extension going on. By the way, we have to name, that's a separate road, and it's gonna have to be named at some point. So, any ideas, you know, please let us know. It should obviously fit with the theme of the industrial area and all that stuff, but we've got to name that road at some point in the future. The Alliance engineers are sending us great weekly reports, including aerial photography, so you can see the entire span of the construction and so forth. Everything is going as planned. There have been small issues along the way that we've quickly cleared up, so we're proud of that. We're proud of the water sewer expansion going on in Mid-Carolina Commerce Park as well.
Do we have an industrial way?
So we have an industrial court down in Mid-Carolina Commerce Park. I don't know of an industrial way. That's certainly an idea. Jesse?
So our next industrial seminar is next week on December the 9th. We have three guest speakers coming. John Blomberg with Small Business Development Center, and he's out of like York County. He's up in that area. And then we have Chris Kemper with Emily Revolutionary Marketing Group and Frederick Gertz from Collide Technology. So we'll have a lunch and these speakers, and then opportunities for questions and answers for our local business and industry representatives. And that's at Piedmont Tech at the Newberry campus.
Do you know if Georgia Pacific's getting these invites as well?
They're on our list.
There's
now.
several people on
Right.
our list.
I sent a guy from their corporate office in Atlanta that's been down. I sent it to him just to make sure that they had it. He said he'd get it to them. I said, well, I think that they're probably getting it, but
Right.
Yeah, well, I've actually got probably a half a dozen Georgia Pacific names in the list, at least 3 or 4
This guy told me to keep him in the loop.
Yeah.
I forwarded it to him, so
Okay,
anyway, just want to make sure that they were on the list. I figured they were.
yeah, yeah. And
Now,
it-
this particular guy you're talking about, we're not sure who that is, but we would if you gave us an email address, we'd gladly add him to the list.
I sent it to you.
Budget planning, I really just want to give you guys a heads up that I am going to request some funding in the next fiscal year to do some mostly preventative maintenance ways in Mid-Carolina Commerce Park. You ride down the road, you see that crack that's formed down the center, and there's weeds growing out of it. There are a couple of spots on the side where it looks like potholes are developing, and the whole thing needs to be restriped. Those roads, and I'm not talking about the new roads, talking about the old road, which is now about 15 years old. That was built circa 2010, and it's showing some signs of age. And if we can at least get those cracks filled, we should be able to extend the life of those roads. With that, that concludes our open session. Glad to field any questions.
Did we talk one time about resurfacing that road or not?
No, we've not talked about Mid-Carolina Commerce Park resurfacing that road. We've talked about the Mawson's Way. And as soon as we get done with the new road, the Mawson's Way extension, we have to turn our attention to fixing that road. Those were originally United projects. I split them apart just to try to get one of them done. And so, anyway,
Gotcha.
we'll be facing that when we get the new road done. So we'll probably start talking about that in the spring.
That's all the questions I had.
Everything I have is an executive session from here out, Mr. Chairman.
All right, our next item on the agenda is executive session for code 30-4-70A2 and A5, which will be the discussion of matters incentive to proposal contract agreements and related to the proposed locations, expansion, or the provisions of services encouraging location and expansion of industrials or other businesses in the area served by the public body, including Project Altar, Captain America Night Train, Stelvio, Century, and Forge, and other related projects and economic incentives. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
We have a second by Travis. Any discussion? All in favor? We'll be adjourning to executive session. We'll be tonight, we met in executive session for foresaid reasons. No action was taken. Is there a motion to come out of executive session? Motion by Councilman Shealy, second by Councilman Reader. Any discussion? All in favor? It's unanimous. The next item on our agenda, comments and discussion items from the committee members. Travis?
I think this is a very productive meeting, and I'm looking forward to everything that's going to take place starting in 26.
So are we.
Almost said 25.
Good job, staff. As always, keep up the good work.
Thank you, man.
We'll land something big for long, one day.
Great teamwork, just keep pushing forward and selling Newberry County to the industries out there looking.
Thank you, sir. We never stop.
That's it.
Item number 5, adjournment. Do we have a motion for adjournment? I know Nick was gonna do that and second by Travis.
I don't get
Any
to do it no more.
discussion? All in favor? Adjourned.
I don't get-